Hey team, how's it going? I hope we're all good this week. I hope we enjoyed last week's activities. Well done to all of you guys who did the scavenger hunt and sent me the correct code, which was Leamington Town Sailing Club rules the waves. Right, I'm here again this week with my helper, Rude Boy. Give him a wave. Awesome. And this week we're going to be looking at something completely different. We're going to be looking at some equipment that we use when we go sailing, or sometimes, especially on bigger boats. Okay, so we have a video for you from the Buoyage Sail Smarts series with Jake and Karen Falcon. It's awesome. So check that one out. We're going to be learning about how to use a compass and what a compass is. I've also included a link to another Buoyage Sail Smarts video on Buoyage. So if you're on the Sultans, have a look at the compass one. If you're sailing on the river with the youth river group or the advanced river group, you can have a look at the compass one because it is quite interesting, and have a look at the Buoyage one as well, okay? Because they'll both be useful for what we're going to do as an activity this week, okay? So Isaac's already cracking on with ours. What we've done is we've drawn a really big chart, a big map of our sailing area, okay? Should we have a look? Should we hold it up? Isaac's colouring it in at the moment. On this side, we have the Sultans, which Isaac's colouring in. And on this side, I have sketched out, I don't know if you can see it super clearly, but I've sketched out the river, and I'm yet to colour that one in. But we've got the sailing club up here and the slipway, and we've got the marina down here. And I've put on some of the wave barriers and the rockeries and some of the mud flats here. I'm going to start colouring it in and putting some detail on. And the reason I want you to do this, okay, is so that after having watched the compass video, if you're on the Sultans, draw the Sultans, and what you can do is have a look on Google Maps or another sort of app and figure out which way north is at the Sultans Sailing Club, okay? Figure out which way north is, east, south and west, and then you can draw your very own compass rose onto your chart here. I haven't drawn it on yet, so as not to give it away, but you'll be surprised, I reckon most of you will be surprised which way north, east, south and west is on your Sultan's chart once you have a look on the map, okay? So find a good space in the corner, draw your compass rose, north, east, hang on for you guys, north, east, south and west, and get them on there, and then you can start thinking about, actually, now I know which way north is when I go sailing, and very importantly, which way southwest is, where our prevailing winds come from, if you remember. If you're on the advanced river group, draw the, or if you're sailing on the river, try and have a go at drawing the river entrance, okay? A really good way of doing this that I've found, because it's the Sultans, very easy to draw. It's basically a square with some islands in, but obviously the river mouth, a little bit more tricky, okay? So what I think is quite useful is get it up on a tablet like this, and you can actually put a piece of paper over the top, and I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I can. You can see the outline of the river mouth and the islands and the like, and you can trace with your pencil over the top, and you can do a good trace and get most of the detail in before then taking it off and having a look and drawing all the detail on. You can then put it onto satellite view and draw in the wave barriers and the marina. You could even draw a ferry charging up the channel, loads of oppies going, if you like. And having watched the Buoyage, what you can do, if you fancy it, get out onto the seawall there and have a look at some of the posts. See if you can see any of those lateral channel marks. You know, the red ones with the squares on top and the green ones with the cones on top. Okay, and you can draw them in as well. And again, you can draw the compass rose onto your chart, so you get an idea of actually which way we have to sail to come down and out of the river and back up into the river. And that'll be very, very useful to start orientating yourself whilst we're out on the water. What else was I going to say? If you've got a compass, find one. Have a go at Karen's activity and figuring out which way's which in your house. That's really quite good fun. We've got quite an old school field compass here, haven't we? We figured out which way's which. Which way was north? Do you remember? In our house.
That way?
Was it that way?
Yeah.
Or was it... No, because we figured out that's where the sun rose, wasn't it? So that was...
East.
Nice. And the sun set over that way, so it was...
West.
Which meant that way is...
North.
North. Fantastic. Excellent. So we did it. It was quite fun. It's quite entertaining. And then we checked with our compass and we were right. So that's good. So have a go at that. And keep hold of those maps. Keep hold of those charts because you're going to need them next week for our activity when we have a look at planning an adventure. Okay. So we can plan some adventure sailing and that would be really quite fun. So have a look at those videos. Compass. What is a compass? How does it work? Have a go at drawing yourself a nice chart of where you go sailing, wherever that may be. And if you're on the river, have a look at the Buoyage one as well, because that will enable you to draw on some of the channel markers that we see on our way out sailing down the river. And then hold on to those maps, draw your compass rose on, and we'll use them next week. I hope you guys have fun with that activity. We already are. Is this going well? Give us a thumbs up. Happy chart drawing, and we'll see you next week. Cheery!